I think we got it. It's not in the, anyway, here we are. Yay, hallelujah. Wow. All right, first off, can we all just embrace my banner for a minute? How cool is that? It's like the little things in life that make me happy. Like
that is really nice.
Hey, thanks. If you only saw the rest of my basement, my laundry, my washing machine flooded. It's really awesome. Okay, so 7:23 and we are on. Here we are.
Good. That's great.
Ginny, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. All right, so this is episode 6, I believe now, and we have Ginny Munger Kahn, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep.
From LIDOG, which stands for Long Island Dog Owners Group, which honestly, I never knew that till the other day. So that's really cool. I just thought it was like LIDOG, like Long Island Dog, you know? So, yeah. So anyway, here we are. And Dina, thank you. I see you saying you love it. Ginny, you can see comments and stuff. This is like a new venue thing, a new platform. So
I can't see the comments right now, but don't worry about it. You know, that's okay.
Okay. Do you see the banner at the bottom? That's kind of cool.
It just says, oh, yes, Everything Dog New York talks with Ginny Munger from LIDOG.
Yeah, that's you.
All right.
So, all right. The group that got a dog path in Eisenhower Park. Yes, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. That was hard. We're going to get to that. We're going to try to do a little sequential order here. So first off, Ginny, yeah, how did it start? I didn't realize it was like 20 years ago you started this, you said, right?
That's right. That's right, Rachel. LIDOG started actually as H-Dog, the Huntington Dog Owners Group, back in 1998. And it started out with a group of dog owners in Huntington who were trying to work with Suffolk County to get them to create an off-leash area at Quandra Hall.
Oh,
which
it's still not off leash, even though everybody's off leash, right?
Correct. It is never, you know, we proposed an off-leash hours program there eventually, and the county turned us down. So it's never succeeded in doing what we wanted to do. And I have to tell you, the situation there was very difficult to deal with. You know, we were convinced that that was the answer to the off-leash issue there. And the county really just would not go there. Now this was back, you know, in the early 2000s, and things have really changed since then. So who knows, you know, maybe if dog owners went back to them at this point, they might be more open to it. I don't know, but
that was 20 years ago.
That was back in like 2002, 2002,
wow.
2003. But the effort went on for like 5 years then. And it finally became very clear to us that is my fellow dog owners working on this, that we could not just focus all of our attention on Quandra Hall, that there had to be other dog parks that people could take their dogs to, that they couldn't all just be focused on Quandra Hall, that we needed to expand our vision. And so we started working with, in 2007, we started working with Assemblyman Steve Stern, who actually was a Suffolk County legislator at that time. And we asked him if he would help us get more dog parks created in Suffolk County. And Steve had just come back from a trip to California with his wife, and he had seen off-leash areas in California and San Francisco.
California is like amazing. Everybody's got their dogs over there on the beach. It's so cool.
And in parks, there are off-leash areas, you know, without fences, you know, just off-leash areas. And Steve had seen how great these places were, that they created a real sense of community among the, you know, people who were there. They made the parks a lot friendlier. And so he got it right away.
Okay.
And that year in 2007, he introduced legislation in the Suffolk County Legislature to create 5 new dog parks in Suffolk County. And that legislation passed unanimously in May of 2007, was signed into law in June. and that was the start. That it really got the ball rolling on creating dog parks in Suffolk County.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
John Esposito is popping in saying hi, and he's a Huntington guy, so
I
he's
know
saying
John.
hi. Yes.
I know John. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy.
And everybody else, hello to everybody. So that's really cool. So
that was
and then you were, so you knew him. What was his name again? I'm sorry,
Steve Stern, Suffolk County Legislator Steve Stern. Yes, I knew him because I was a journalist, a reporter for Newsday, and Steve is a elder law attorney by profession. He still is. And I had interviewed him many times for my stories on Social Security, investments for retirees, blah, blah, blah. And he was so knowledgeable. And so he was always very impressive. And so I knew him, and I knew when he got into the Suffolk County Legislature that, he was somebody I really respected a lot. So yes, we approached him because I knew him.
I'm just curious, did he have a dog? Was he into dogs, or was he just...
No, he did not have a dog at the time, but he and his wife do now.
Okay. And I'm only asking because, I too have kind of, I don't know, rallied, I guess, for dog stuff. And I found it, a little difficult with politicians that are not into dogs, if they're, so I'm pretty impressed with him. That's awesome.
Well, like I said, he'd gone to California and he'd seen these parks where, off-leash dogs were allowed, and that people come together. They talk to each other, which they don't normally do in a park. Strangers don't talk to each other unless, you've got a dog with you. And if you have a dog with you, people will talk to you, and it creates this wonderful sense of community and makes the park a much more friendly place. So he got that right away. The benefits of that.
Dina is saying that's how we met at the at Eisenhower Dog Park. So
really?
yeah.
It's So that that was a really big win. Getting a dog park created in Eisenhower was a very big deal for us. That effort was created by my friend, my colleague, Chris Laubus.
I'm gonna. Which I know, Chris. Now I want to back up for just a second, because we've gone from like you and Steve, and how did LIDOG actually come to be? Like, did other people join your plight, or how did that actually happen?
So we were this informal group of dog owners in Huntington, in like 1998. And
Ginny, hold on one second. I don't know if it's my phone or yours. Can somebody else give me feedback on how Ginny sounds? Because all of a sudden she doesn't sound so great.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's doing that weird thing again.
Oh no.
I know. Are you close to your Wi-Fi?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes. Does it help if I sit back a little bit?
No, not one bit. Guys, just let me... Oh, you sound fine to John, so keep talking. That's if everybody's giving feedback that you sound fine, so that's all that matters. Great. Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So Eisenhower Park was a really big win for us. And it was spearheaded by my colleague, Chris Laubus, who lived in East Meadow there, lives in East Meadow there, and had really wanted access to that park, an off-leash dog park there. She got a petition going. I think she got, 1,300, 1,500 signatures on the petition, submitted it to the Parks Department there. They kind of sat on it for a while, and eventually...
Shocker. Sorry.
Yeah. What really got things going was in 2009, we created a Nassau committee for LIDOG.
That's kind of what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. That's where I was kind of wondering how that happened. Okay.
Yeah. We were getting a lot of emails from dog owners in Nassau County complaining about their lack of total access to Nassau County parks. And so we finally in late 2009 created a Nassau committee with Chris as one of our founders of that committee, and started working with the county executive's office, actually, on trying to get a dog park created in Eisenhower Park. And while we were working on that, other Nassau County dog owners who were very active and very passionate about this issue came on board. My colleague Peggy Heyman, who lives in the town of Oyster Bay, came on board, and she really spearheaded our efforts there. Again, a petition, working with the town of Oyster Bay. And in 2012, Nassau County opened the dog park in Eisenhower Park. The town of Oyster Bay opened the dog park down in Massapequa.
Yes.
And the village of Valley Stream opened their dog run there. So, you know, it takes a
What
while.
about East Rockaway? Were you guys involved with the East Rockaway at all, or did they
No.
electively do that?
They probably did that on their own, or another group of dog owners did it, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So
when did you actually become like a 501, you know?
Yeah, so we were, you know, an informal group of dog owners in 2002, and in 2004, we decided we had to become a 501c3, an actual organization, a nonprofit. And so we incorporated as the Friends of Long Island Dog Parks in 2004.
Oh.
And then 2 years later, in 2006, we got approval from the IRS as a nonprofit organization.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. How many members do you have, like actual, you know, like a certain number of members? I know there's board members.
We have board members, exactly. So we have a board of directors that runs the organization. We're known as a working board because all of my board members, of which there are 8 of us, all work on our campaigns and events. And I'm the president, and I run the organization on a day-to-day basis. And then as far as our members, we don't have formal members. We don't require anybody to pay dues or membership dues to, quote, belong to LIDOG. What we do have is an email list with close to 3,000 people on it. You know, we have the Facebook group with more than 7,600, you know, people on
Roxana's asking about that right now. So yeah, Roxana, they do. It's LI-dog, and you can absolutely join them. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. In fact, we have there's a join tab at the top of our website, www.lidog.org. And yes, you can, you know, fill out the form there. And that way you join LIDOG. Doesn't cost you anything.
Right. And I do see you guys, even in like the regular group on Facebook, there's, you know, cute dog posts and stuff like that too. It's not just, you know, all serious politics and stuff like that. So I think a lot of it's kind of behind the scenes, right? Wouldn't you say? It's
a lot of our campaigns require patience and a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And yes, so if, you know, if our Facebook group, you know, only focused on our campaigns, it'd be very boring because it takes a lot of time for these. The government moves slowly, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, our Facebook group is really designed to bring the dog owner community together. You know, it's a wonderful resource, as I'm sure you find with Everything Dog as well, for people to ask questions that, you know, I can't answer everybody's questions about training or what dogs should be eating or anything else like that. So, you know, like Everything Dog New York, it's a wonderful resource for the dog owner community on Long Island.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful. Yeah. So now if somebody wants to like participate, you know, if they feel, you know, the urge and they want to get their dogs on the beach, how can they be part of that?
Yeah, so I would say that right now our main campaign is getting dogs on the beach, and right now we're kind of in a holding pattern as far as our New York State beach campaign is concerned. We're kind of waiting to hear back from the New York State Office of Parks on our request for them to lift the ban on dogs there. So that's kind of a quiescent campaign right now. I mean, you know, we are in touch with the New York State Office of Parks. It's certainly once a month, you know, hey, how are things coming along?
Yeah. So wait, there's a ban right now?
Right now you cannot walk your dog, much less let them swim on any New York State beach.
Okay, the beaches, not all parks, just the beaches. Yeah.
No.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
And I often use the term beaches and parks interchangeably when I'm talking about New York State beaches, because New York State considers their beaches, Robert Moses and Jones Beach and Sunken Meadow, parks. They're called New York State parks.
Yeah,
So
they are. Yeah, yeah.
but the parks are much bigger than just the beach itself, than just Jones Beach itself, or just Robert Moses. Jones Beach Park is more than 2,000 acres.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Robert Moses
Okay.
more than 800 acres. So we feel that we don't want access to where everybody goes swimming and everything. That would just cause problems and opposition, which we don't need.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of other beaches, coastal areas of those parks where people do not swim. They're not allowed to swim, and which
Yeah.
would be appropriate for people to walk their dogs on leash during the
Like
off-season.
where that Gilgo Beach is. Like I used to stick my daughter in the car when she was an infant or a toddler. And I used to just go driving at night, and I would do that drive. I just loved it. You just put the cruise control on and you go whatever you call it, the pencil thing, whatever, at Jones Beach. And you just drive down to the bridge I guess that's Robert Moses, right?
Yeah.
That's that whole area. I mean, that's miles and miles and miles of just nothing. So I get that.
Yeah.
Someplace, the OBI is there or whatever. But yeah, I mean, there's miles. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Nobody, we're not asking for a lot, dog owners. So yeah, it's a small area.
That's right. Exactly. So
Yeah.
we feel that that we're trying to be very reasonable,
Sure.
and we found that that's what works.
Okay. So if somebody's really eager to try to help out with that, they move from California and they really miss it, they can reach out to you guys, I guess, via email on your website or a private messenger on your Facebook group and ask how they can get involved. And then you guys would be in touch.
And we certainly would,
Hi, Nancy. Sorry.
That's okay. We certainly would ask people to continue to sign our petition. We have a petition to lift the dog ban on New York State beaches on change.org, so we certainly can use more signatures on that. We have,
if you send me the link for that, when I put this over onto the YouTube thing, take a note. Perfect. Thank you. I'll add that, it'll be a clickable link on YouTube. And, even afterwards, we can put that in the comments of this post if anybody's interested. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's a little signature, right?
Yep, exactly. And you can leave a comment too. I mean, the comments that people have left have been wonderful. I mean, people are really passionate about this, and it's certainly for years we've gotten comments about, here I live on an island and I can't take my dog to the beach. This is just not right. And so people have a lot of great comments on our petition as well. So if you want to let the New York State Office of Parks know why you think you should get access to beaches, leave a comment as well. It's very helpful for them to hear from people, not just us.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You still can't see comments, right? You still can't see the comments?
I can't.
Oh, okay. John Esposito is busting chops. He wants me to go to Huntington often, and he's saying for you to encourage me about Huntington Park suggestions so I can come and visit more.
Yes, that's right. So that we can see you, Raychel. I'd love to meet you,
Do you live in Huntington also?
Yeah, I live in Dixville.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. My problem is I need to actually sit still. I'm just constantly running around. But yeah, okay. So that's really okay. Great. So there's things that people can do. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
The other thing that we're working on right now too is that we're trying to help the dog owners in Babylon and Babylon Village protect the dog park that the mayor and the village board has voted to close about 2 weeks ago, which goes against all the trends. Everybody's opening up dog parks and increasing access, and this is kind of going the wrong way.
What's their reasoning?
So the problem is that there's a condo complex which is next to the dog park, and people have been complaining about the dogs barking in the dog park. And what has happened is that, during the pandemic, a lot of people adopted new dogs.
Yes.
And are looking for places to get them the exercise and socialization they need. So that usage at the park has gone up, at the dog park has gone up. And, you know.
But don't they close at certain times and stuff? I mean, it's like, you know.
Could. Yes,
Yeah.
they could do
I
that.
just think the word, people love to complain these days. That's what's going on. Everybody's got rights and they're all sensitive. And I mean, don't get me started. But yeah, that's terrible. That's because everybody pays taxes, right? And they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Nancy's saying something, but there is space to move the dog park over and away from the condos.
Exactly. It's in a fairly large field. And in fact, the dog owners there have proposed exactly that, moving the dog park away from, you know, the road and from the condos, more into the center of the field, and that the village could also erect, you know, solid fencing, which would definitely diminish noise, and then they could even plant, you know, arborvitae and other big vegetation, and that would even buffer the noise more. So,
right. Yeah. Nancy's saying there's usually not even that many dogs there.
Yeah,
again, I think it's just people liking to complain. It's like probably one person that maybe has a cousin that works at the, you know, at the town.
That we were wondering, you know, why the squeaky wheel got the you know, action this time. But again, you know, we certainly you know, want the dog owners to be cognizant of, you know, what's, you know, the problems that the main, you know, the problem that people are complaining about, and to try to address them, which I feel that they are, by saying, we'll try moving the dog park, you know, put a solid fence there, you know, that there are other ways.
Nancy's saying it was actually a selling point for the condos.
Yes, I've heard that too. Yeah.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
So are you getting feedback now? This is what you're currently working on, correct?
Yes, this is what we're helping the dog owners down in Babylon Village with right now. We've put the petition, they have a petition going as well. And we've put the petition on our website at www.lidog.org. I think we have it on our Facebook group as well. So
write that on your notes.
So we're trying to really help the dog parks there prevent the closure of that dog park. And as Nancy has pointed out, the alternative is another dog run that's about a mile away, which is right along the Long Island Railroad tracks. And that, you know, really terrifies a lot of dogs. Big trains going by. So the alternative that the mayor has proposed is really not workable at this point. The village has to do better.
Okay. John has a question. Yeah, and Nancy's agreeing that the other dog run is not ideal. Ginny, what do you think are a few of the best dog parks on Long Island? And are there any hidden gems that you feel?
That's a great question. Personally, I really like the West Hills Dog Park. It's not too far from my home. I don't take my dogs to West Hills, though. I have to tell you, I walk them on leash almost exclusively. I don't take them to West Hills, and I don't take them to Blydenburg either. But I would say that as far as the dog parks that I know of very well that are really great, I think West Hills and Blydenburg have the best group of dog owners. They seem to be very responsible, picking up after their dogs, making sure that, you know, everybody's having a good time, that sort of thing. And the dog parks are very large also. They're almost 2 acres, both of them. So I really like those two. You know, the biggest dog park on Long Island is the one out at Robinson Duck Farm out in Yaphank. That's almost 3 acres.
Wow.
Which we worked
I
on.
never even heard of that one. Okay.
Yeah,
is that listed? You have a list, right? On your website or in the group or whatever, where all the dog parks are?
Yep. Exactly. Okay. Yep. And I'll just explain, you know, one of the reasons why I don't take my dogs to West Hills or Blydenburg is because my previous dog, a boy, Gus, was absolutely terrified of off-leash dogs. I mean, if an off-leash dog approached him on the trail or certainly in a dog park, he would just go ballistic, you know, in an unfriendly way.
Now, when you say that they're off leash, is this a you know, because I've gone to Blydenburg. Honestly, I love it. I'm blown away with how amazing it is, because now that I live in Kings Park.
Right.
But when you say it's off leash, are they allowed to be off leash everywhere? Or
No, just within the fenced in runs,
okay, I understand. Okay,
Right.
gotcha. Okay.
Within the fenced
Because
in.
unfortunately some people do have them off leash also.
Yes.
But I just wanted to clarify that there's both at these places.
Yes. These are fenced in dog parks that I'm talking about right now.
Okay.
I think that's what John was asking me. I mean, as far as parks are concerned, again, my husband and I walk our dogs a lot at West Hills and Blydenburg, and also Dix Hills, and I love taking my dogs to Heckscher Park in Huntington Village now, which was a very long wish of many Huntington dog owners to be able to have access to that village park. And I can't tell you what it means to be able to take my dogs there now. It's wonderful, So we worked with the town board on that one, and Councilwoman Joan Sergel was really critical to that effort. She was great.
Fantastic. And you have to talk to people, towns, counties, and the state, correct? It's not like just one.
Correct. You know what? I'm going to move my phone here because I'm running out of juice. I neglected to.
Oh, no.
So I'm just going to hold on to this while I get my.
That's fine. I've been charging all day just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's smart. Anyway, I'm sorry. Ask me again, Rachel.
Yeah, what was I asking you?
You were asking me about, was it Heckscher? No. I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Who's listening? Is anybody paying attention? What did I ask her? Because you know what it is, I'm focused on the fact that it's kind of in and out a little bit. Uh-oh, did we lose you? Okay, there you go.
Sorry.
And I'm questioning if it's my Wi-Fi stream. So I'm trying to turn my laptop off. My dog is kind of over here. I'm like really distracted.
I'm hearing all this clicking,
Are you hearing it too?
I'm hearing clicking. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. It might, and I'm looking, it looks like I have all my bars for the Wi-Fi. I don't know. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about, I don't even know, dog parks, on leash, off leash.
Oh, I know what you asked me. You asked me whether whether we're dealing with states, with counties.
Towns, thank you.
Yeah. So I would say that, in the past, we've almost exclusively dealt with towns and Nassau and Suffolk County. We've done, a lot of, like I said, we worked a lot with Suffolk County to get all these dog parks built. We worked a lot with Nassau County to get on leash walking there and the dog parks there. And we've worked, with the town of Oyster Bay, with Huntington. We've helped the North Hempstead work there. So we've done a lot of work with local towns and the counties. Our effort to get beach access at New York State beaches is the first time we've engaged with New York State on a serious basis. And that was a really big deal for us because we've never dealt with a big entity like that. And
it's huge, really. Yeah.
But it's going very well. I mean, having the petition do so well with 6,000 signatures on it, having Steve help us set up the meeting with the New York State Office of Parks so that they, really listened to us seriously and encouraged us, saying they wanted New York State Parks to be more welcoming to people and dogs. That's all very encouraging for us.
Yeah, definitely. And Leslie is saying that beach access would definitely be awesome.
I swear to God, we've heard for 10 years from dog owners saying, this is so frustrating. Here we are surrounded by water, we live on an island and we can't take our dogs anywhere. It's other than the east end of Long Island is great. You can take your dog to beaches there, but
so far for so many people. Yeah. And and again, if people want this, they need to be more active. They need to participate.
Yes.
They need to find out what they can do. Yeah.
Yes.
So Teresa, Leslie, you guys want that. So, we can always sign a petition, whatever it is that Ginny's got going on. Yep. And, Ginny, I invite you to share in Everything Dog when you guys, need more support also, we're all in it together.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
of
Rachel.
course, of
That would be
course.
really helpful. I mean, I had asked you about our petition, our beach petition, several months. I think when we were really looking to get the numbers up on the petition, I asked you if we could post it there, and you did, and it really helped a lot. Get a
Excellent.
lot more
Yeah, I
signatures.
mean, whatever you need, we all
Yeah.
want it, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah, yeah, that's really great. And then, like you
Exactly.
said, the town of Babylon is your current
We're currently
flight.
helping the dog owners down there, you know. I mean, we're not just campaigns, we're also events. We also, as you know, put on dog friendly events,
Yes,
including
pack walks. You
our
guys do
pack
the pack
walks.
walks. Yes.
Yeah, which and then we also have fundraisers, you know, during the year. So we're always looking for people who can help us with our events, also, you know. And you know, like at our pack walks, we need people to help out. You know, I mean, to hand out like business cards that have our link to our petition on it.
Yes.
We'll hand out flyers that will say, "This is who we need you to call this week," or whatever, you know. So we definitely need help promoting our campaigns, and then actually helping with the events themselves, you know,
Yeah.
running them,
Yeah.
organizing them,
You
that
know,
sort
question. I am sometimes asked by certain people, not certain people, but I'm asked by people sometimes that have children
of
that
thing.
are looking for volunteer hours, and they're like, oh, they want to do stuff with dogs. It's so hard to find, you know, dog stuff for minors, you know, with all these
Right.
legalities. So usually 18 and
Yeah.
under are, it's like a no-go.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
limited, you know, it can be done, but it's really limited. So
Yes.
I'm just curious, is that something that maybe somebody could do with their teenagers, come to an event with you guys and they could hand out?
You know,
Um,
the issues that you're talking about are that's it, Rachel. You know, is that you have to be really careful about bringing minors to
okay,
events with dogs, because you know you never know, you know, and so we've been very cautious about use, especially young kids. You
yeah,
know,
I mean, I'm thinking more like teenage 16, 17 or whatever. And how you
yeah,
said passing out, you know, the cards upon entry and not necessarily engaging with the animals, but more engaging with the humans and
yes.
helping you guys spread the word kind of thing. So
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I mean, we had a teacher approach us once at Old Westbury Gardens wanting to know if they could, and she was a high school teacher, I believe, or maybe middle school, and asking if, you know, she could bring some of her students to help us with our booth at Old Westbury Gardens.
great.
That would have been fine, you know, that would have been
Yes,
great, you know, but
that's
she would
kind of
have,
what I'm talking about. Yes.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been great, you know, to have some help like that. We could use more young people.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's where it starts, right? I mean, if
It
we get them
is.
young, we can teach them for later on. So,
That's
you know,
right.
even a family event, right? They have a dog and it's the mom and the dad and the teenager, and they go
Yeah.
with the dog, and the teenager can run off and be useful because
Yeah.
they're not always
Yes.
that
Being
useful.
useful is good.
And who knows, maybe, you
Exactly.
know, you could sign up because you are a charitable organization. So
Yes.
you could essentially sign off on their hours of volunteering or
Yes.
whatever as well. So
Absolutely.
that's always an option also. Kind of
Absolutely.
something for the whole family.
That's right. LIDOG is for the whole family.
I love it. I really
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, so that's you know, that's what we're looking for as far as help. I also want to just say that, you know, we're always, besides events, we're always looking for people who can write, people who can post on social media. You know, we can
Like
always
sharing, you mean, like if they, you
yep,
know, like what you
sharing.
guys are doing? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Also, you know, we could use help with our Instagram and Twitter
Yes.
accounts. You know, I'm not that proficient at those outlets, so you know, we're always looking for people who can help with
And again,
social
that could be
media too.
something that a teenager could do if they need volunteer
Absolutely.
hours, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yep.
they're really good at it. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. That's good to
Yeah.
know also.
So all of those things, but the other one thing I just wanted to point out, Rachel, and
Yeah.
to everybody who's on this group, which I'm sure they know, is that, you know, we've been helped tremendously in the last, I would say, 15 years by the change in culture around dogs over the last 15 years. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, dogs have become, you know, they're not just out in the backyard anymore. You know,
Oh, not at all. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're on our beds.
They're in my car. They're like everywhere.
They're
Yes.
everywhere,
Yes.
you know? And so now, when we go talk to an elected official about, getting more access to a park or beach or whatever, oftentimes these elected officials have dogs of their own, so they know exactly what
If
we
you're
need.
lucky.
If we're lucky. Yeah, but even if they don't, they've seen how much people appreciate and want access to parks, or
Yeah.
how much they appreciate and want their dogs to be part of their everyday life.
Yeah.
And also, they know that dog owners are a very large group of people.
It's
We
like
always,
commercials. Every like other
yeah,
commercial has a dog in it now. It's
the
from
bank,
cars to, yes,
the
yes.
Subaru. I love the Subaru commercials.
I know. I want a Subaru now.
I know, me too. I know. So, that's helped a lot, is that, when we go in to talk to elected officials, the conversation is a lot easier these days than it used to be, 15 years ago, because they know, that dog ownership is really beneficial to
Yeah.
people, both mentally and physically. And they know that we're a very large group of people. I looked at the statistics from the American Pet Products Association recently, and 69 million American households own a dog, according to their
Wow.
latest survey. That represents 53% of American households with dogs.
Wow.
So that's a majority of
Amazing.
households.
Yeah.
So again,
Yeah.
we like to point that out to elected officials, that dog owners are a very large group of voters.
Yeah. And really, if they could target, if somebody really isn't into politics, but they love dogs and they know that this guy is or woman is going to, do something for their dog, they're more likely
Yeah.
to get that vote. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I find really wonderful is that we have found that dogs are not a Democratic issue or a Republican issue, that we've
Yes.
gotten support from both sides, strong support from both Republicans and Democrats, and our supporters run the gamut of the political, sphere. I mean, that we have
Yeah.
people who are really liberal and people who are really conservative. It doesn't matter. We all love dogs.
It's true. It's very true. You have a very good point. Yeah. So, something Tara Gibson is saying, I'm going to reword what she's saying and put it into a question.
Okay.
How can we get people that are breaking the rules, like not picking up their dogs, poop, or, not
Right.
follow, just in general, following the rules, the people that are ruining it for the other people? What can be done about that?
Right. Well,
Anything?
yes. I mean, if we get complaints that a dog park is not being cleaned up, or that, a trail, that there's poop along a trail or whatever, we'll put out messages, emails and stuff like that, to get the word out to our supporters that this situation is happening. And, while we have confidence that our supporters are responsible, I'm sure that they pick up, there are a lot of people who don't belong to LIDOG or don't belong to EDNY or whatever, and are irresponsible. You're right.
Yeah.
If, like I said, if the situation gets bad enough, we'll get a group of dog owners together and hand out flyers and that say, you're going to ruin it for all of us if you don't clean up after your dog. So I would suggest, if they're walking along, if they're in a park, or if they're in a dog park or whatever, and people are not cleaning up, to get some friends together. It doesn't take many, 2 or 3, make up a little flyer and start handing it out one weekend, and also we do cleanups as well. We do.
I was just going to ask, that could be a volunteering thing too. I mean, I volunteer at the shelter, right? So I'm cleaning up different dogs' poops all the time. So,
Right.
and even there, sometimes volunteering staff, I don't know, they don't see it, whatever.
Right.
So on the trail, I'm like, oh, there's more dog poop. Let me pick it up. It's just another pile of poop.
Right, exactly. We like to call them orphan poops,
Orphan poops. I like that.
They need
I
to be
like that.
adopted.
They've lost their owners.
They've lost their owner.
I've adopted a lot of orphan poop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think we all have.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so important, that that dog owners are responsible about, cleaning up after their dogs and keeping them on leash when they're supposed to be on leash, that kind of
Is
thing.
that really something that, I mean, has anything actually really been closed down because of that?
No, but I always fear that that's going to happen
Yeah, I
sometime,
mean, yeah, definitely.
you
I was just
know?
curious if it actually, came to fruition because of that. So,
I would say that the fear of people not cleaning up after their dogs is probably the biggest impediment to us getting access to a certain park or whatever.
yeah,
I would say that that's what officials are most concerned about. So yeah, we need to really convince them that look, in dog parks and in parks where there are a lot of dog owners and people kind of watching out for those situations, it's less likely that there'll be a lot of irresponsible
yeah,
owners.
yeah, yeah,
We really find that peer pressure really works.
it does.
Oh,
And
you
you know what?
listen.
Yeah, I actually don't do the dog park anymore. But when I did, I'd be like, oh, hey, your dog's pooping, like
Yep,
if you say it
yep.
nicely, I mean,
Exactly. Oh, hello.
little,
Need a bag?
little Tuckers, you know,
Right.
he's emptying the drain,
Yep,
whatever.
yep. Exactly. So
So,
yeah, we really find that peer pressure works really well on things like that.
yeah. And if you're nice about it, I mean, you don't want to go up to somebody
Yeah,
and, start cursing them out and having like a fist fight or something over dog poop, but yeah, you
right.
can say it nicely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you have, a couple people, if you have someone who regularly doesn't clean up, you see them doing it on a regular basis, and a couple of people approach that person, they're less likely to do it again,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they know people are watching.
Right. Exactly. They're like, oh, the poop patrol is out.
That's right. That's right.
So, okay. So I figured, you know what? Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we ask if there's, any real hardcore questions from people?
No, I think we've covered everything that I wanted to talk about. Our current campaigns and how we do what we do. We really depend on our supporters to answer our calls for signing petitions, sending emails, and stuff like that. And the one other thing I would just really emphasize is that the more people we have on our email list, because elected officials often ask us, how many people do you have on your email list? The more people we have on our email list and who we can call on to make those phone calls or make those, do those emails or whatever, the stronger we become. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to include, we'll put all of these, links in, and people can just kind of click and go for it themselves if they want to try to get involved and stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just email us at lidog_news@yahoo.com.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we get a lot of suggestions from people on places that would be good to create a off-leash area or dog park, or where they want to be able to walk their dog. The people who are on the board all emailed us at one point to get involved. So
It starts somewhere, right? It starts
yep.
starts from asking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, this was really great. Does anybody have any questions or anything that we haven't touched on that you want to know about? Now's your time. Speak out. I'm really not seeing anything.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
anybody can email us, if they have any suggestions or ideas or whatever, can always email us.
perfect. I really appreciate this a lot, Ginny. This was wonderful.
It's been wonderful, Rachel. So much fun to talk to you.
Yes, you too. You too. Yes, once we get it all started, we make it
Right.
happen. So,
Yeah.
John is saying nice job. Thank you, John. He's always so supportive.
He's a great guy, let me tell
He
you.
is. He is definitely.
I know.
So, okay. So I guess
Great.
it was there. That's it, right? You're good. Nothing else.
Yep. Just, go to our website at www.lidog.org, sign up, join us on the join tab, join our Facebook group and our meetup groups, and and we'll be in touch.
Perfect. I love it. And yeah, definitely reach out and, post in EDNY also when you need any extra support.
Thank you. Thanks, Raychel.
Thank you
really
very much.
Appreciate that. You do
It's
a
a
great
pleasure,
job
Ginny.
with that Facebook group. It's a lot.
Thanks.
I'm on it
I have a
lot.
great team, I have to say. It's really not just me. So we've got some really amazing people, doing some really cool stuff. So yeah.
It's a great group.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, great.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody,
Raychel.
for tuning in. Have a great night.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.